Hello, I'm Johnny Rowland, your host of our shooting program, and welcome to today's show. We're so glad to have you. You know, the Shooting Show is the #1 gun TV program in the world. We're very, very pleased to be coming into your homes. We certainly need all the support we can get. We need your help. And friends, realize that this Tuesday is a pivotal election in this country's history. Literally, our future as gun owners has a huge stake in this election. Well, let's go out to the range before we start our program. This is a gun sight, model 1911, one of their custom 45s. And a while back we had one on the program and we shot a target out at 200 yards. We have one out here today. Now, that's our test for the gun sight 45, see if they'll reach out there and hit a target reliably at, of course that is a little far, 200 yards is stretching out a 45 pretty good. And yes, I will use some holdover. But we do have this gun for sale. We had someone was interested in it. We held it off the program for a week or two, but their financial situation didn't work out exactly, so this gun is for sale. Call Bobby, 1-800-728-8486. Again, 1-800-728-8486 if you would like to have this brand new gun sight 45. This one's on a Springfield Armory frame, and it's just a very, very nice. It has so many extras that everyone finds so desirable in a custom 45. And we'd be very pleased for one of our shooting show audience, one of our folks out there to have it. It will be marked JR-2. This will be the second gun sight gun that we've had here on the program that I will go ahead and put my name on there because these are such nice guns. Doesn't make a lot of difference if it's a Springfield or a Colt. When it gets to this level, there's absolutely no difference in quality of the two guns. Not a lot anyway, but Springfields are very fine guns, and this is a terrific example of the custom gun maker's art there. Okay, we've got our steel disc over here at a 200-yard range. We've got some ball ammunition in our gun sight 45. Let's see what it'll do.
Hello, my name is Jim Clark Jr. We're going to look at some guns that we'll be shooting in the 3-Gun Nationals this week. An unlimited or open pistol, an open rifle, and an open shotgun. Some of the features we'll say on the rifle will be a muzzle brake. This particular one has a carbon fiber floated hand guard, a bipod, an optical sight. On the shotgun, on the open shotgun, you can have whatever length magazine you want, and some of them get pretty outrageous. I've heard of some that were going to be up to 17 rounds at the match. This particular gun has a 12-round magazine on it. The pistol is a standard IPSC pistol, ported barrel, optical sight, compensator, the whole bit. For limited, the only difference is on the handgun. There are specific rules for limited handgun. No compensators. It has to be iron sights. Only certain guns meet the criteria for the amount of guns made in a year and that sort of thing. There's not a criteria strictly written for the rifle and shotgun. In this match, it will be any shotgun with a 7-round or less tube. It can still be ported for this match only. The rifle will have to be iron sights, and for this match only, they can use compensator but no bipod. This week we look like we're going to have a little over 100 shooters for the 3-Gun Nationals, which is about a fairly good crowd, especially compared to the last few years. We hope you enjoy the show.
At the beginning, you'll start with your hands clasped behind your head. At the signal, you'll advance forward, drawing your weapon as you go. Engage these two targets as you see them with 2 rounds each. Continue down the hallway. Engage these 2 paper targets, 2 rounds each. Knock over the steel. Come to this port. Engage these 2 papers with 2 rounds each. Knock the 2 steel plates over. Continue down the hallway. Engage these 2 papers with 2 rounds each. Knock over the steel. Go to your left. Engage these 2 papers, 2 rounds each, and knock over the steel. The last shot will be the end of it. Your last.
And what do you call this stage, Mike?
This is pistol 1.
How many rounds on this particular?
26.
26 rounds minimum. Getting ready for it. the range officers will be shooting through. This is on Thursday, and then they're going to RO for the other competitors over the next several days. K's wide body Clark Custom with large dot scope, and you never know who's going to come to a match. Here's a legend, two legends in fact, sitting here, Bill Jordan and Jim Clark Sr. Here is Mike Pipes, one of the best limited shooters in our area. He's going to be shooting through this particular stage. And we have Jerry and Kay assisting him, checking his equipment. Okay, Clark Mitchell is going to run. This is the second pistol stage. Hands at the surrender position. Kay and Jerry Mitchell. He's going to run through this stage, and she's going to have the timer behind him. I think this is going to be exciting. Watch the speed that we're about to see.
You're ready. Stand by.
Okay, we're getting ready to shoot on rifle. To start in the box, going prone. We have a lady here that's competing in the match, and she is from New Zealand. And I certainly hope they have a good time here.
So do I.
While they're enjoying competing. My goodness. Friends, this is Tommy Weston. He is the range coordinator. We saw him shoot a little earlier. Tommy, you have a little different looking AR-15. What is that, sir?
Well, it started out life as an AR. It's had an inch added on to the buttstock. I changed the barrel, changed the twist, cut the top end off, put a mount on it, drop the scope down flat. And
what kind of scope is that you got?
It's a 2.5 to 8 Leopold. And it's got a 1 in 10 twist barrel, and it's aluminum handguard that's been light. And of course, I got a bipod on the end of it.
And what kind of muzzle brake or?
It's a JP muzzle brake, and a Harris bipod, and Leopold scope.
Shoot the nice shooter when
much
we
what
run
it
just
is.
more juice in that thing.
Now you have,
ready mag on it, so it'll carry 2 mags.
so you can carry a spare magazine right on the gun. Great.
Go out there.
Now Joe's shooting a 45 parallel ordnance. But he's shooting in the open class. He has one of the hybrid compensators. And here we have Jim Clark Jr. about to go through this particular stage. Friends, what do Jim Clark Sr., K. Clark Michalik, Jerry Michalik, and Jim Clark Jr. have in common? You can find them all at Clark Custom Guns in Princeton, Louisiana, one of the finest custom gun shops in the entire country. They offer all sorts of custom packages on 1911s and other semi-automatics, from race guns to custom carry guns. They also offer a number of different custom packages for the Ruger 1022, and also have some very economically priced new 1022s in stock. Clark Custom Guns offers some of the best revolver packages available anywhere, including action jobs on your Smith & Wesson or some other fine revolvers. In addition to custom work, they also have a completely stocked gun shop, anything from bullets to powder to accessories that you might want. Clark Custom Guns offer some shooting classes. You need to call for availability. Friends, it's certainly good for the shooting show, but good for yourselves when you call and get a Clark Custom Guns catalog. They have all sorts of things listed about their products and services and excellent prices. Give them a call. Area 318-949-9884. Again, 318-949-9884. Clark Custom Guns, the complete custom gun shop. Give them a call today. Tell them you saw it on the shooting show. The Shooting Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station. You know, friends, all of us as shooting enthusiasts should be subscribing to Shotgun News, the trading post for anything that shoots. 3 big issues monthly with literally thousands and thousands of firearms bargains. give them a call. 1-800-345-6923. A very inexpensive subscription price. Again, 1-800-345-6923. Subscribe today. Transportation provided between stages via hayride here. Tell you what, it beats the heck out of walking. We have some longer distances here in between stages. It's really a pretty location for any large match like this. Officer Bill here.
Y'all can ask your questions and do 23
Michael Boyd.
rounds, 115 points, non-stop course of fire. 13 poppers and 10 plates. Penalties per the USPSA rule book. Start position, standing in box A, shotgun in both hands, and your hands cannot be touching any metal of the gun. Be engaged before line C, which is the orange stump.
This is the line here where these two targets have to be shot, these two steel plates. 4 poppers and 2 plates here. Poppers here.
All rounds must pass between the orange uprights. All the way up in here.
These targets have to be shot between the 2 orange here.
That lets me know you're
As we've often said, competitors of literally all descriptions, men and women, and wide variation in ages and physiques, but I tell you what, anyone can do well if they're pretty healthy and know how to shoot their gun. And let's follow this gentleman through.
stand by.
Okay, this is another shotgun stage. And let's see what, a lot of steel targets here. And going to use a speed loader there to reload. Another speed loader. That last one. The Bruce Pyatt over here. Great competitor. Seen Bruce at many tournaments. One of the employees here of Park Custom Guns, also active range officer here. Using a speed loader. Looked like a really good run for that competitor. Let's talk about the long and short of it. This is a sort of unusual comparison of short gun, and no, that's not the barrel, that is the magazine. So that's a little different. And fast.
Shooter is ready. Stand by. People I've seen actually do that. 6 shots, 6 plates. Oh.
And here we're looking at a couple of the vendors' tables. Here's the Brownells booth, and what you're seeing now is some custom AR-15 type guns. And let's look over at the Armalite table and see some of their offerings. And looking at this match, absolutely has a fabulous prize table, what you're seeing now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best three-gun shooters, best all-around shooters in the country. This is Bruce Pyatt for the Caspian team. Bruce, you had a good run, didn't you?
I shot okay. I had a little problem with the rifle. Threw a few shots off the target, put one in the border, and it ended up costing me some points towards the top. But the pistol went well, and the shotgun went okay. I had some limited practice time, so you get what you put into it. So,
well, that's really true. We certainly have some footage of you shooting shotgun and I think some other things. And we certainly appreciate your efforts. And of course, Bruce here you're a full-time police officer, right?
Right. I full-time in New Jersey. This is just like a hobby for me, and I really love it. And it takes up all my vacation time, but it's what I love to do.
Well, certainly Bruce is a very tough competitor at the pro level, and he's an example of so many police officers feel just like the rest of us. I think we ought to be able to have and enjoy our guns, huh?
That's right, absolutely.
Well, sir, good luck in the shoot-off, huh?
Well, thank you.
Good to see you again, Bruce.
Right.
Thanks. Jerry, now you came in second at this match, but I thought that was a good showing, everything considered.
It wasn't too bad. We worked for 3 or 4 days setting the match up, and then we shot the entire match in about 4.5 hours. So it was a little bit rough to stay hot the whole time, but it was all right. Everybody came out and had a good time. Oh yeah, we got a good prize table, so I'm happy. Everybody had a safe time, so that's what really counts.
Well, you had people from literally all over the country and a couple of other countries, didn't you?
We did, right? Yeah. Pretty good turnout, first time.
Well, and this is going to be here again next year, is that
Right.
correct?
We're going to try to have it again next year, and we're hoping it to grow maybe 50%.
Well, sir, congratulations again. You're going to be in the shoot-off here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're going to get to play.
And I wish you luck.
Thank you, John.
Thank you. Well, friends, this is the overall winner of the three-gun nationals. This is Michael Voigt. Sir, you had a good run, huh?
Yeah, I think so. It was a little bit scary going in the end of it. I had to put out a pretty spectacular run on the end of the rifle.
Really?
And on the end of the pistol was the end. So on that one, I had to really make a special run and got it.
Well, your level of competition was pretty darn good, too.
Pretty scary going through this match. Yeah, there's a lot of people here that are real on top of things.
Well, Michael, where are you from?
Mesa, Arizona right now.
Mm-hmm. Well, of course, you have a good record behind you. You've been a competitor for a good while here, really being a tough national competitor.
Yeah, shooting this stuff forever. This is number 4 for the national win for me.
Well, we certainly want to congratulate you on your win. Good luck in the shoot-off.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right.
Thank you. And now let's watch some of the competition in the Sunday morning shoot-off, which will put the 8 top competitors in the limited class and also the 8 top competitors in the open class. See how it goes. And we want to congratulate Jerry Michalik on winning the shoot-off, which was held on Sunday morning. We had to go do the radio shows while we didn't have tape footage of him shooting against Michael Voigt. He actually beat Michael Voigt by a few hundredths of a second, so our congratulations to Jerry, a very fine competitor. You know, friends, it's rare in any field of manufacture that one particular company has a clear-cut advantage over the others. Well, in this case, it's Corbin Ammunition, Corbin Bullet Company, because they make the best handgun, long gun, and even some specialty caliber ammunition that's been real hard to get in the past. If you really want your handgun or rifle to perform at their absolute best, you need to find some Corbon ammunition. For information on where you can get Corbon, information on their product line, call them. Corbon Bullet Company, 1-800-626-7266. Again, give them a call. It's a free call, 1-800-626-7266. Trust me on this one. Corbon is the best there is. Well, friends, we hope you're enjoying our program today. It's certainly a lot of fun doing. I'm here with my esteemed colleague, certainly Leroy Scott, and we have a couple of things we want to mention. At the three-gun match out at Clark's this week, we want to mention some of the match sponsors, and that is Armalite. The Armalite AR-10 and 308 has three versions, as well as the M15A2 223 Armalite rifles. They really put out an effort there. Also, the rifle match sponsor was JP Enterprises. The pistol match sponsor was STI of Austin, Texas. The shotgun match sponsor was Vandenberg Custom and Clark Custom Guns. And stage sponsors for the rifle was Sierra Bullets, Tasco, Scopes, very fine scope, but not Scopes and others, Hamilton and Associates, D&J Bullets, Chip McCormick Corporation, and Safariland. Now, stage sponsors for the pistol part of it was Wilson Combat, Smith and Alexander, and Berquist Custom Guns. And stage sponsors for the shotgun events was Brownells, Briley Manufacturing, and Gunsight. So we did want to mention these fine folks that helped make this great three-gun nationals possible. Sir, how you doing?
Doing fine, Johnny. I'll tell you better next week.
Well, that's really true. Friends, we have a monumental election coming up, wouldn't you say?
Very monumental. And I have lots of information for you today about it. The one that's easiest for you to get is probably the current issue of Guns and Ammo. I'm trying to find out what month it says.
November.
Where does it say now? Yeah, November. November 1996. It ought to be fresh on the newsstands because I just got one in the mail. That's the one that's going to be most readily available to you, probably. Let me tell you how they graded people. They said they took what the NRA did, they took what Gun Owners of America did, and they took what American Shooting Sports Council did, and kind of factored them all together. They described it as this. They said the NRA prefers to work with incumbent legislators with whom they have a track record. Gun Owners of America loathes any form of compromise, and they hold legislators to an unswerving path. The American Shooting Sports Council is a trade or manufacturer's lobby group, and in addition to gun control legislation, they're interested in tort reform. Tort reform is not necessarily a good thing. It's good if you're not the one that's injured. It's not worth a hooting you-know-where if you're the one that's injured. That's absolutely right. I've never known an injured person to get enough compensation to really repay him for that injury. That's just one of the facts of life. But now, probably one of the most complete lists is gun owners. The gun owners. Well, it's the gun owner. It's put out by the
Gun Owners of America.
Gun Owners
GOA.
of America, GOA. They've got a picture, incidentally, of my favorite candidate there, Woody Jenkins. They're saying that he shocked the anti-gun establishment with a first-place finish in Louisiana's open primary. But they've got every state, every candidate, and every candidate graded. Now understand, Gun Owners of America is a harsh grader. They don't believe in nonsense. And they'll take people that most people say are okay, are livable, and they give them a C. I notice, however, there are few legislators get super grades. Representative Scarborough in the 1st District in Florida has an A+. Helen Chenoweth in Idaho has an A+. There are a few A+ scattered throughout this thing, but those I particularly noted. If we look over to Texas, I'll bet you will find Representative Stockman with an A+. Sure enough, it is.
Right.
And they've got the senators graded. There are not very many A's or A+ among senators either. But this is 2 pages, three and a half pages of representatives' ratings, and then one little list of senators. Of course, they're only a third of the senators are up for election this year, and they grade them pretty poorly, incidentally.
Friends, I'm looking at some copies of the New American Magazine, one of the absolute finest news magazines available in this country or anywhere else for that matter. The New American gives you information on what's going on nationally and around the world, but even more than that, it gives you the reasons that some of these things are going on. If you would like absolutely one of the finest sources of news available anywhere, and you know, to be good citizens, to be informed about how to vote, how to do a lot of things in our lives, we've got to have good information. And believe me, you can get it from this great New American Magazine. $22 for a 6-month subscription. Give them a call, 1-800-727-8783. The New American, please tell them you saw it here on our shooting program. They're available now on some newsstands all around the country. Again, 1-800-727-8783 for the New American. Give them a call today and tell them you saw it on our program.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
Brings up our shot with Woody Jenkins. As we'll show your interview in just a second with Woody's wife. Last night, the judge did a piece there with Diane Jenkins, Woody's wife, and just how important Woody's race is. I believe I heard her say that there are a couple of pivotal races. And friends, let me tell you what, even if we lose on the presidential side, and honestly right now, who knows? Who knows what to believe about the polls? Nobody knows. And if you're wondering why we're talking politics, because friends, let me tell you what, politics is, in fact, your future as an American gun owner. Would you agree with that, sir?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's why I'm so hip on the subject, and I stay on it. Here in Arkansas, for example, we have Hutchinson, who's running for the Senate as a Republican, be the first Republican senator from Arkansas in heavens only knows when, and he's rated A. In Colorado, Allard, A-L-L-A-R-D, is a Republican running and is rated A. There's some real sharp distinctions. In Delaware, Biden is running. He's an incumbent. He's rated F-. F-.
Which means a real adversary against us.
And against him is C-L-A-T-W-R-T-H-Y, Clatworthy, who's a Republican. He's graded B-. Well, a B- isn't a real good grade, but it's a whole lot better grade than an F-, I can tell you that. In Illinois, Durbin, a Democrat, who received contributions, incidentally, from, what's that group that hates us so much?
Handgun control.
Handgun control.
Oh, my.
He got contributions from handgun control. He's rated F, and Salvi, S-A-L-V-I, Republican, they're running for a vacant seat, is rated A-, and I would strongly recommend that people in Illinois vote for Salvi. In Kansas, we've got a couple of Republicans that are well rated. Roberts with an A-, and Brownback with a B, and neither of their Democrat opponents are rated at all. They just didn't send in a questionnaire. In some places, like in Maine, we don't really have a whole lot of choice. Brennan is rated D. He's a Democrat, apparently, and I think they're running for a vacancy. Is D, and Collins, a Republican, is not rated. He didn't send in his questionnaire. But in Massachusetts, Kerry, a Democrat, is rated F-. That's a bad rating. F-. Now, Well, the Republican, present governor of Massachusetts, is not rated. But anything would be better than an F-, even if you got another F-. It'd take him a while to get his feet on the ground and kind of get adjusted to what he's doing, and that may hamper him a little bit. Michigan, Levin has an F-. In Minnesota, Wellstone, I mentioned him last week, that his opponent was claiming he had the most liberal voting record in the Senate. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but Bostwich, who was a former senator and a Republican, is rated C. Well, C's not a good rating, but it sure is a lot better than an F-. There are some others. In New Hampshire, Smith is heavily favored over his opponent with an F-. In Montana, oh boy, I hope we have some viewers in Montana. Backus, a Democrat, rated F. Several years ago, he promised gun owners that he'd support them, and he just went around and cut their throats. His grade is F. Rochberg, R-C-H-B-E-R-G, a Republican, is rated a B. Now, B isn't tremendously good, but it sure is better than an F.
Well, we're talking passing grades here. Someone that would be acceptable versus an F means they have to take course over. And friends, that's what they want to do for us, is give us a whole new course in constitutional law and give us a new course as far as us as gun owners go. So literally, this is where the battle is being fought, friends, is in these elections.
Well, in Wyoming, and we have some viewers in Wyoming, NC, E-N-Z-I, he's a Republican, rated A, apparently based on his record in the state or perhaps as a representative. Carpin, his Democrat, is not rated at all. West Virginia is horrible. Rockefeller's F. Burkus, a Republican, not rated. Again, that would be better than Rockefeller, because Rockefeller's been there a long time. He's found his way around, has a certain amount of influence, and it would be a big help to get rid of him. Well, anyhow, if you don't have this, and if you haven't paid your $20 to Gun Owners of America, you probably don't have it. So, a synopsis of it, not a total synopsis, but weighted into it, is this rating from Guns and Ammo, and that's on the newsstands, and you ought to be able to get that. Those of you that are members of the National Rifle Association got a voting guide, but only for your state. Now, I don't know how they do that. This thing went out to 50 states, and in 50 states, it was different.
Computer sorting.
Computer sorting, okay. Right on the front, they have my name and say, this is your official pro-gun ballot. Woody Jenkins, checked. Well, we've been saying that a long time. I was in front of them on that. U.S. Congress, Jim McCrary, checked.
Well, he's in.
Governor, no election. Well, the governor's already on our side. We got him elected.
That's true. Our governor here is doing campaign commercials for Woody Jenkins now, and these Senate seats are big ones, friends, because if we can get Woody to Washington and some lame-brained legislation comes through the Senate and Woody's there, what'll happen, Judge, if Woody's there?
Woody will try to mount a filibuster on it, and if he doesn't mount a filibuster, he will at least speak against it. He's not going to be silenced. I can tell you that as a freshman senator, he won't be quiet.
Well, we have Billy Tozan, who's campaigning also now for Woody.
And let me let you all in on a little secret. If we get Woody Jenkins elected to the United States Senate, in 8 or 12 years, you're going to find a pro-gun, strongly pro-gun candidate for the United States presidency. You watch it.
And we desperately need it. In fact, now would be a good time to run part of your interview with Diane Jenkins from last night. It was real good.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of our viewing audience, we have with us tonight Diane Jenkins, the better three-fourths of Woody Jenkins, who is our favorite candidate for the United States Senate. How do you like being up in Shreveport, Diane?
This has been a wonderful evening to be among so many friends and to get to talk to y'all.
This is at the Rush Limbaugh Supper Club, and we had a full house tonight, and Diane was very well received. As many of you already know, Woody was instrumental in our Declaration of Rights of the Louisiana Constitution.
And also, you know, he authored that Shoot the Burglar bill.
Yeah.
So that a homeowner has the right to defend themselves in their own home against intruders.
Without fear of...
Without fear of being prosecuted or sued.
That's right.
It's, you know, it got to be ridiculous there for a while.
What do you think is the most overriding important reason why Woody ought to be elected to the United States Senate?
Well, this has become one of the key races in the entire country. The balance of power will swing on 1 or 2 votes in the United States Senate. And we don't know what will happen in the presidential election, but if President Clinton and Mrs. Clinton regain the White House, it is absolutely vital that the Republicans retain the United States Senate and the Congress for any sort of balance of power or sanity. No telling what the Clintons might propose if they have not only the White House, but the Senate and the Congress as well. One of the key issues I think coming up is in the next 4 years, there are 4 potential Supreme Court justices who will retire. If President Clinton is allowed to name 4 more Supreme Court justices, it will mean that he will have named 6 of the 9, and the balance of power towards an extremely liberal Supreme Court will be in the making. So I think it's vital that the Republicans maintain their control of the United States Senate, and the election of Woody Jenkins could be the swing vote.
And I might add, that would be a Supreme Court that would be stacked against gun owners, too.
Oh, absolutely. You know, and Woody has the support of many gun owners organizations like the National Rifle Association, the Gun Owners of America, just many organizations that believe in our right to bear arms.
That's correct. And we're behind him. Now, Diane, here's your chance to make a pitch for financing.
Well, I tell you what, the Democrats right now are waging the most malicious, vicious, ugly, slanderous campaign. I couldn't even believe what they are doing here with television ads, with a fortune in television ads against Woody. And anyone who wants to help my husband, please help him by sending whatever you might to Jenkins for Senate at 910 North Foster Drive, Baton Rouge, Louisiana, 70806. That's 910 North Foster Drive, because we need the help of all of our friends to combat the negative and vicious campaign that's being run by Mary Landrieu and the National Democratic Party.
Margaret told me that she's already gotten a few donations in from people as far away as Arizona.
Wow, that's great.
Who heard our program.
We appreciate that.
And we're for you.
Thank you.
The Shootin' Show will be right back after this break for your local cable company or TV station.
I'm Kelly. Hey, and I'm Jim, and between the two of us, we've got over 40 years of hunting experience. We're both federally certified firearms instructors. Hey, this video is going to introduce you to the sport of black powder hunting.
Friends, this is indeed a great black powder tape. Whether you're a beginner or whether you're an expert shooter, I'm sure there's something you can pick up from it. It's only $19.95 plus $3 shipping and handling, and give them a call, 1-800-979-0161, and give extension 148. It's real important. Again, 1-800-979-0161, extension 148, and order this great black powder tape today. It's pretty scenery. I think you'll really enjoy it, and you'll learn something too. You know, Judge, we're so concerned about what the government's doing, what the liberal socialists want. Go ahead.
Wait a minute. Before you get to that, I want to give them one other rating thing. The Shotgun News has published a complete national ratings for the NRA. If you get the American Rifleman, you've only got your state. But then in the Shotgun News on page 9, Neil Knox report. Remember, Neil Knox is the vice president of the NRA. He not only has an interesting article in the center, but he has on both sides a complete listing and rating of the NRA recommendations throughout these United States. It's interesting to see that they don't differ with GOA very much, I am urging all of you to get at least one of these, and to think your choices carefully, and don't go around boycotting the Republican or the Democrat parties. You can boycott the Democrats as far as I'm concerned. But there are some good Democrats, believe me, there are some good Democrats that are on our side. And you need to support those. But we do need to keep a Republican control of Congress, particularly of the Senate, because it's the only way that we can stop Clinton from, if he's reelected. I don't believe he's going to be reelected, Johnny.
Judge, I hope we're holding out optimism here. I flatly don't know.
Well, you all are going to see this Sunday night, and the election's on Tuesday. I saw him today, early this morning, on TV, where somebody held up a Dole Kemp sign at one of his rallies, and they were shouting Dole Kemp, and he said, I bet they won't be shouting that on Thursday.
Well,
I hope they ram that down his throat.
Well, friends, regardless, you know, Judge, I heard someone say a while back that by electing Bill Clinton and that trash in office, that the United States had made an attempt at suicide, and we just don't know whether the attempt was successful or not. And friends, if you value this American flag behind us, if you value your gun rights and your rights as free Americans, this is a crucial election. And you need to vote. Even if you don't like the man, vote for Bob Dole, vote for these conservative people who are supporting our position as gun owners. Incidentally, let me mention one quick thing. I got this out of the Houston Chronicle this is for October 30th. And an Army Special Operations Command helicopter being used for urban military training hard landed near Sugar Land, Texas Tuesday night, injuring pilot. And we're sorry that they had a crash, but Judge, why in the world would the military be conducting urban operations in the United States?
Good question, Johnny, because in the wars that we've fought, they already know all about that.
They know how to take cities, they know how to take countries. We've done that.
And now they're talking about practicing in Houston. I wonder what they're practicing for.
What in the world? What's this about? Said a spokesman said this is a necessary Army practice. There's no danger to the public. Said they'll be practicing with helicopters, small arms fire, and explosives in vacant buildings near downtown, Houston Ship Channel, and Sugar Land. Why is the U.S. military running maneuvers in cities? Think about that, friends. Think about that. Makes no sense at all.
I have my suspicions, and they're not good. But if you will, please, get your neighbors, indoctrinate them, do a little missionary work, and let's win this one. We need it. Let's win it in the House. Let's win it in the Senate. You know, I'm predicting that control of the Senate will not, control of the House won't be decided in this election. You know why?
Why?
Because a federal judge down in Texas redrew the boundaries of 16 districts. 16 districts. I think it was 16. That means 16 representatives. And that's liable to represent the balance of power in the House of Representatives. And boy, you want to see some money spent. You let that be the difference in control of the House and not. You're going to find politicians from the entire United States concentrating in South Texas. That's incidentally Stockman's district. I hope you loyal Texans will give us Stockman back in our clear first victory over anybody else and over any other opponents. I don't know exactly how that's going to run, but this is it. The time has come. The buck has been passed. It's in your hands. Now let's go out and win it.
Friends, what would you say if I told you that you could have all the long-distance phone time you wanted and it wouldn't cost you anything out of your pocket? That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Well, how about me giving you an opportunity where you could make a considerable, even a lot of money? Well, yes, that's our long-distance phone deal, and let me tell you what, friends, this is absolutely terrific. It is through a major carrier. Many people think it is the best carrier. These are people we know. They're decent people. Maybe you want to make some money for your organization. This is really a tremendous thing that we're offering. Give them a call, 1-800-648-8411. Again, 1-800-648-8411. You can help us stay on the air. You can certainly save yourself some money. You can even make some money. So please, give our friends the Garys a call today. Again, please write this number down, 1-800-648-8411 for our long-distance discount phone rates. Well, friends, a lot of you are very familiar with our basic Colt Sporter. This is the basic old AR-15 in civilian version, of course semi-automatic. I don't have any full auto guns, and the semi-automatics are a very desirable gun. They're accurate, they're lightweight, they're easy to handle. They handle very well. Just an overall nice gun for I think most of us who like the semi-automatic carbine type guns to own. Well, guess what? The good people at Bushmaster sent us an XM15 carbine, and you can see just how much shorter, more compact this is than the full-size model that we're used to. It is a much smaller package. It has a 16-inch barrel instead of a 20-inch or so barrel. And honestly, folks, you know, we've had Bushmasters on the program before, and I tell you what, they don't take a backseat to anybody in quality. These guns have shot extremely well. We'll be shooting this at distance a little later in the program. We'll find out just in fact what it will do, but these are just superior guns as far as workmanship. It has the good coating like the Colt does to prevent wear to the receiver, which some of the other AR-15 manufacturers don't use. They use a special phosphate coating. And really, this is my idea of a gun for if you want a very, very compact sporting model, an excellent gun for a lot of the ladies to shoot. It's not quite as heavy. It is very portable. It is light, and it's just a smaller version of the AR-15 shooting, of course, the regular 223 cartridge. I'll tell you what, friends, there are plenty of 20 and 30 round magazines out there. You can find them at gun shows. Some of the suppliers still have them, and they're reasonably priced. And of course, these guns will take any of the standard AR-15 type magazines. It is ridiculous that they have to come with 10 round magazines. I think that's silly. I think it's ridiculous, just outrageous. You know, again, the government doesn't trust us with too many rounds in our gun. It makes me so angry, as it does a lot of you. Well, I'll tell you, this is a superior package. Well, they sent one more, and look at this. This is the bullpup, and in fact, the proper model there is M17S, but it's a bullpup. Now, believe it or not, this little gun has the same length barrel as the full-size model, but it has a different type action. In fact, you'll notice the magazine is back here versus, see how much further back it is in the gun? It's back here, and it's even shorter. This thing's only 30 inches long, and talk about a For the police, a gun inside your car. Now we have a Tasco ProPoint dot scope on this gun. Now it comes set up for some sort of scope, but it also has some backup sights that you can look through your mount there, similar to the sights we're used to on a pistol. And those are emergency sights that even if you lost your scope, something happened, you can look down underneath it there and still get a sight picture if you had to use the gun. Now look just how handy this little thing is. And the good news is you get the velocities of a full-size .223 in this very short package. Now this is pretty much a right-handed only type gun, because here is the ejection port, of course. Now it seems to eject that way, but it's not recommended you shoot it from the left-handed position. In an emergency you probably could, but under normal, in an emergency you find a whole lot of new ways to shoot these things, but under normal conditions this is how it works. Let's see, let's go ahead and drop our magazine out of it. The bolt handle is here. It's the back end of the carrying handle. And that, isn't that neat? And this has got to be one of the simplest actions I've ever come across. It has twin pistons in here. It's sort of like a Mini 14 as far as the action type, but instead of having one piston, it has two. And really a neat idea. It looks to be an extremely rugged idea. In fact, I think it would make a great action type for, say, a stocked rifle. I just think it'll be excellent because it has an AR-15 type rotary bolt. Just a really, really nice system. Your trigger has a bar that comes back here to release the hammer, and it's just as simple. You push out these pins right here, and the top separates from the bottom here, and this is made out of a high-strength alloy. This part, just the grip, and the bottom part of the receiver is made of a durable nylon, some sort of space-age plastic, but it is very solid and is a real nice package. Well, friends, we've run out of time on today's program. We appreciate you being with us so much. Let me remind you, our radio program has been expanded to 2 hours on Sunday on the Great American Freedom Network. Now, they're on a new satellite, so if you'd like to listen in to us and call in, certainly we'd be very pleased for you to, but write this down. The new satellite for the American Freedom Network is General Electric 1, GE1. It's 103 degrees west. It's just west of SpaceNet 4, I believe. So be sure and listen to our program, Thinking Right, on Sunday from 11 to 1 Central Time, and that will translate to whatever time zone you're in. And please, friends, we certainly need all the help we can get in remaining on the air. It's very expensive doing what we do. We would appreciate if you'd like to write a letter to someone to help get them to sponsor our program. We really would appreciate it. We need your help. You can call us. We have a few T-shirts left. Call Bobby 1-800-728-8486, and also look for our new section in the Great American Freedom magazine. Yes, the shooting show is going to have a section in a magazine now, so that's something exciting we will be talking about. So we'll see you on the next program.